7:30 straight up.
Hey, hey.
Woo-wee. Hey, hey.
Giving y'all a second to get on in here with us.
Get on in here, y'all. Let's load it up. What's the word Wednesday? Coming right at you. Each and every Wednesday, first and third Wednesday. Where y'all at?
I don't know about that, Bob. Hey, 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 welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of What's the Word Wednesdays, where we do our very best to try to motivate you, encourage you, inspire you, lift you up, and give you some practical everyday nuggets that you can use. Listen, I am Eric E. Clifton, one of your amazing directors with this opportunity. And my co-host, go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
Roger the Dodger, Roger Nuggets Lillard. Roger Nuggets Lillard coming at you.
You changing your name on the fly.
Roger Nuggets, got to throw Lillard on the back end of that. I would say Roger Dodger, but I think I'm gonna start throwing Nuggets right in the middle. My middle name is Nuggets.
Okay, Nuggets. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it first. Go ahead, Mr. Lillard. Give us some shout outs. Who we got on? Who the early birds that we got on with us right now? I just seen Erica Bowie's name pop up. What's good in the hood, Miss Erica Bowie? Shout out to you.
Let me see. We got
Scott is on here as well. Shout out, Mr. Scott. Who else you see?
I don't. Okay, I see Erica Bowie, and I don't see nobody else. I'm looking on. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Got Morinda. Welcome, Mr. Scott. He laughing at us. It's all good. It's all beautiful. That's what we do. Something new. It's what we do. Erica Bowie. Welcome, Erica Bowie, out there in Kansas City. I know you're excited, Erica. Congratulations. The Chiefs won. I ain't like the flag at the end, but hey, things happen. But welcome.
Don't start it. Go ahead and give us the this afternoon's announcement. Shout out to everybody that's watching us live on YouTube too. We see you watching us on YouTube live. We appreciate you. We see that you guys are in the Facebook Platinum group. Tag your friends. We're going to give some good information, some nuggets, some numbers that you're going to want to tell people about. You should feel proud about the information that we're going to give you on this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Before we do, go ahead with this evening's announcements, Mr. Lillard.
Well, first and foremost, before we even jump into the announcements, I want to say congratulations and welcome to anyone that has partnered with us on today, last week, week before. If this is your first What's the Word Wednesday, we want to welcome you to What's the Word Wednesday. We are a part of Platinum Network. This is the Platinum Network group, and so you want to make sure that when your new folks get partnered up, that they're added to this right away. And so again, this is every first and third Wednesday at 7:30. So we want to make sure your folks get chimed in to us. Next up is every Sunday night right here in Platinum Network at 8 p.m. Game Plan Zoom, and our fearless leader, Mr. Preston Scott. This gentleman is a 4-star director, six-figure ring wearer, six-figure earner, all that good stuff. Right? He does a powerful training each and every Sunday night at 8 o'clock right here in Platinum Network. You don't want to miss that. Game Plan Zoom. Also, every single morning, 8 o'clock, Monday through Friday, it's the early morning vitamin call. You want to actually Zoom now. Actually, you want to jump on that. If we could have somebody just type that in there for us, right at the bottom in the chat. Also, we have a weekly showcase right at 8:30 each and every Wednesday night at 8:30. Right after this. So again, an opportunity for you to have your guests, put them on that Zoom and let the system work for you. We talk about that as well. Um, right here in DMV, we have the weekly showcase at the Harborside Hotel live in person. Don't want to miss that at 6:45 training, right? 7:30, the event starts, and a powerful presentation done by some of the top leadership in the area. So if you're in the DMV, you want to make that event as well. We got a retreat coming up, Platinum Network retreat. We're cruising, y'all. First time we going on the cruise, right? We're doing the boat. So if you get seasick, don't worry about it. Get a pina colada float; they'll take care of that. I'm a witness. I'm just kidding. So last but not least, we have convention. We don't have none other than the hip hop preacher, Mr. E.T. Eric Thomas, the #1 motivational speaker in the entire world at this event. So you don't want to miss that. That's right in your back office to get registered. So that's my announcement for this evening, sir.
Hey, listen, we appreciate you. We appreciate everyone for all the announcement. Listen, shout out to everyone who's jumped on nice and early. We're going to ask you, go ahead and tag your friends in the chat so they can get some of these numbers that you should be feeling Planet proud about at the end of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, all right, shout out to Mr. Reed. Shout out to Shayna. We see you tuning in. Okay, let's see. How do I add this thing back on the screen, Mr. Lillard? You ready? You getting ready to jump on in? Uh-oh. How did the thing get back there? Here we go. Planet Marketing, commission that pays. Numbers don't lie, ladies and gentlemen. Me and Mr. Lillard are getting ready to go over for you guys the Planet Marketing numbers, right? And keep in mind, these are the numbers that have been paid out in this opportunity, this amazing opportunity. Some people thinking it's a scam or one of those things, but consistently over the last 7 years, this company has been paying out commissions on time like clockwork. And I want you guys to keep in mind as we go over all this money right now, that we're not even talking about the travel commissions. We're just talking about the money from Planet Marketing and what Mr. Donald Bradley has put together. We're talking about that. But before we talk about that, Mr. Lillard, we're going to talk about the 4 stages of every business real briefly, so you guys understand where we're at. And I don't know how well you're able to see this this thing we have up here. Maybe hope that's a little bit better right there.
Good.
These are 4 stages of growth. And we will help you identify where we are as a company and where we're going and why it's so daggone important that if you're within the sound of our voice and you watching this video, that you take full advantage of this opportunity that you are a part of. 4 stages of business growth. This thing says GE, Ford, Microsoft, all Fortune 500 companies have experienced them. Every business, regardless of model, has to go through these stages. Formulation, structure, experiences, developmental stages. Most importantly, however, the momentum happens. It occurs only once for every company. Ladies and gentlemen, that formulation stage, the concentration stage, where this is what happened in 2015 when Planet Marketing first got started, and a lot of us was looking at it from like, I don't know, let's see what's going to happen. It was the formulation stage, creating up the products, developing things. They didn't even have a PowerPoint or a presentation, all the extra tools and apps They had none of those things. They just had a vision and enough people to get it started. And most of you guys probably watching us didn't join during formulation. And we're probably glad that some of y'all didn't join during formulation, because soon as things started getting rough, Roger, they would have quit. Soon as we ain't got no app, you ain't got no, how we supposed to share. So we're glad that some of y'all didn't even participate during the formulation stage. We're going to tell you why right now is the best time to also be here. Concentration stage. Go ahead and talk about concentration stage, Mr. Lillard.
All right, beautiful, beautiful. Before I jump right into concentration, I do want to piggyback off of something about formulation, what a lot of folks don't know. You know, Mr. Bradley, when he opened the doors to Planet Marketing, right, when right in formulation, well, guess what? He wrote a check to open up the doors. So Planet Marketing actually opened the doors debt free. So we were debt free from the day that we opened the doors, right? So we were debt free then, and we're debt free now. But formulation is huge. Like, you know, for the people who hung around in formulation, you know, some of them are millionaires today, right? When they got started in formulation. Concentration, name recognition is starting, right? So we're right at 79,000, about to crack 80,000 now. And so the concentration is right now, and most people don't understand in the industry of networking, concentration is where you want to be at. So for you folks that just got started, this is the perfect timing, right? Where we are right now in concentration. Most of the money made in the industry of any networking company is made during concentration. So if you're watching this tonight, or you watch this later on, actually hit hashtag replay if you're just jumping on, right? Or if you watch it later on, I should say, listen, this is the perfect timing where our company is headed to in concentration. Back to you, sir.
Absolutely. Now I will let me clear. Let's make something clear for people. Concentration is a great time to join the opportunity. Obviously, most of us joined during this concentration point. But you said this when the most money is made. The most money is made, Mr. Lillard, in the momentum. During the concentration, keep in mind, during concentration, ladies and gentlemen, this is when most of the seeds are being planted for the money that's being made in the future. During concentration, when that name recognition, I ain't never heard about that thing. Well, now you have, right? Now I just planted that seed, and we're out here 79,000 strong, planting a lot of seeds, right? Think about where you were, because most of y'all are old enough to remember Mary Kay and some of the other ones. Think about where you were when you first heard about Mary Kay. They never heard about that, or that thing, or that opportunity when you first heard about it. And now, if we ask you about some of these household names, what they are, Mr. Lillard, if we ask you about them, you already know about it. I already heard that thing. However, concentration, what is this? I mean, momentum. It says growth, acceleration, where wealth is captured in any business. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna read that again. Concentration, I mean, momentum, growth is happening where wealth is captured in any business. If you look on the middle of this slide, it says momentum occurs only once. You get to try to recreate momentum. You can try to recreate it, but momentum, true momentum in a business only occurs once. I can join Murray Kay or Amway or any of those other ones right now, Roger, while they're stable companies. We can make a little bit of money, but we will not ride a wave. Let me read this next one down here, Mr. Little. It says, for momentum, the $40 million mark is predicted in transition at that momentum stage. This is $40 million mark. This means when the company is hitting momentum, they're transitioning $40 million into the pockets of people like you and me. That's a lot of money. And that's at the beginning when the company hits that stage. This is huge. You guys don't understand why. Keep in mind what I just said. The $40 million mark. Think about that. That transition is when you know we're hitting into momentum. Mr. Lillard, go ahead and talk about stability or momentum if you want to touch on it.
Yeah. And I was saying, we're saying the same thing. And I say concentration was because the people who hang around in concentration going into momentum, and you're absolutely right, the growth and acceleration where wealth is captured and any business opportunity is right there in momentum. So we're before momentum. So we are ahead of the curve. in our company. So stability, man. If you're hearing stability and you've gone to work in your business, like this is not, these numbers that we're going to show you are not going to happen for you unless you go to work, right? This is network marketing, not network marketing, right? And so instability, like you said, we're maintaining our earnings and profits, and providing our families with a lifetime of passive and residual income that lasts forever, right? And so, being in this industry for 25 years now, I have business partners that are in other companies. They've been in the companies for 25 years and they haven't had a job in 20 years, 24 years, right? And not knocking a job, but I'm saying that if you go to work during concentration, during momentum, and then we hit stability, a lot of families, a lot of people that are watching us tonight, their families going to be extremely excited and happy because they hung in there through the challenges of formulation and concentration.
Absolutely. Roger, in the industry, we call that just stuck. You stick in it long enough, right? And consistently do the things that we're talking about. Once the company hits stability and you did what you were supposed to do doing concentration and momentum, you find yourself in a position where you're stuck. Mr. Lillard, I remember, and I know you know too, I remember when I had an office doing the other business, prepaid legal, back in the day, the dinosaur business, back in the early 2000, right? The Donnell Self, Mike Humes, and the rest of those $1 million earners that you're talking about was, for all intents and purposes, within the arm's reach of all of us, Mr. Lillard. We was hanging out with those same cats. And for whatever reason, we got sidetracked. We walked away from that. I'm not mad about that. But at the end of the day, what we learned is, had we stuck around to when that company reached stability, to where they're like a household name, it's been 20 plus years later, we would be stuck at some millionaire position, which is huge.
They are real quick, and they are both. And I speak with the Kevin Mack. He's over there, and I remember when he came on board, this guy owned t-shirt shop, and he shut his t-shirt shop down. This is back in like 98, 99, and he went full-fledged into the business, and he's been blessed, but like he's stuck. He stayed until, and so to whatever rough patch they had, himself and Darnell Self of War. Watch this, Mr. Self used to, in fact, he worked at Up Against the Wall. He's a store manager for Up Against the Wall, now a millionaire in this industry because they made it through, the formulation concentration.
Telling your age about 4 times on here, Mr. Lillard, naming all these places ain't nobody heard of since the 1900s. Look, one thing you touched on, I think we should talk about I'm gonna state really quickly before we move in. And we hear this often, but you guys got to hear us again. The company can go through momentum and you not, right? The company can reach stability and you not be stuck. You can stick and stay attempting to get your pay. However, if you don't do the small mundane seed planting things that we're talking about, you'll just be sticking and staying and still having a membership for all intents and purposes. You're the guy with the gym membership getting drafted out of your account every month, and you ain't been in 4 years. You could be that person and not benefit at all from the momentum of this opportunity. I'm suggesting you don't do that and plug in. So let's talk about, we're going to go back all the way back to 2015 when the company first got started. There were a handful of people that started this company with Mr. Bradley, and people were saying that this opportunity wasn't going to last. I think they said months, Mr. Lillard. I don't even think they gave the opportunity a year.
It'll be shut down in 6 months.
Said 6 months. They say what Mr. Bradley is doing and this thing over there isn't going to make anybody any money, and they're going to be broke. So year one in 2015, myself, you, Mr. Lillard, and Preston, and a lot of the other leaders with this opportunity now, we sat back and watched from a distance. Okay, let's see what they're doing over there. Year one.
We weren't here yet.
We weren't even here yet.
In fact, we were watching from another project, and we were not that we were listening to the negative things that were being said about Planet Marketing, but at the same time, we understand that 98% of companies that get started up in their first year go belly up, so only 2% make it. So we were just like, man, let's just wait it out, man. Wait a year and see how it does. And this is what happened: a compensation that pays in 2015. Directors pay weekly commissions and matrix pay.
This is only 1 year. I would say that after this first year, we didn't watch a whole lot happen. What we watched was the company stay together.
Right,
they paid $500,000 in commissions
absolutely
to a handful of guys. And you guys were here during the conventions and things like that. Those people were the founding directors, right? Year 2. Notice the difference. Mr. Lillard, go ahead and read that number, please, sir.
In 2016, a compensation that paid out $5,100,496 in 1 year.
Yeah. Now understand. Now I don't have my calculator out, and some of you tax preparers and you numbers guys and you urchins and you people who really want to take a look at growth. You tell me how much of a percentage of growth and income being paid out back into the field was that, just from the one way that we get paid. There's 7 ways. Well, this is conclusive of 6, but this doesn't even include the travel money. That's the crazy part about it. This doesn't even include the travel money. 5+ million. Let's take a look at what happened in 2017. So now listen, they paid out $5 million. Now, Roger, we jumped on.
Well, we jumped on November. We jumped on November 2016, and then we launched in December. I wish we had Mr. Scott on air.
They had already paid out well over $4 million plus by the time we joined.
Easy.
He was like, all right, let's get some of this pie. 2017, it went up even higher. Ladies and gentlemen, some of you may have been, I don't know where you was at in 2017. So one of us may have tried to offer this opportunity. Someone probably tried to talk to you about, let's get some of this money. They're giving it away. That was 2017. Where were you? What were you doing?
If you're brand new watching this, or you've been around for a long time watching this, now we got to start saying to ourselves, okay, if this kind of income is being paid out, it's time for everybody watching this tonight to get some of it. And so all we got to do is go out and get it. That's it.
2017. Let's take a look at 2018. Good gracious. Understand. See, this is where you get Mr. Lillard to shake off the haters and all the doubt, right? And it doesn't matter if you're brand new, you've been around 4 or 5 years and you ain't got paid yet, whatever your scenario is. What you need to understand is what you're a part of is if this opportunity is growing. This is an indication the income almost doubled. This is an indication of what we're doing is obviously working. Right? They said this opportunity wasn't going to make any money and wouldn't last 6 months. Now, this is 3 years later, and in this 1 year, they paid out 50.
And right now, I believe this is right about when the concentration begins to start, right about right here. What you think, sir?
Well, let's see.
Is that still formulation?
Later, let's see what happened when we went into 2019. Come on. Now, I don't think they paid that. The slide might have went too fast, Mr. Little. Let's be clear. Some of you guys were thinking about possibly not partnering with us in 2018. I can think in my head right now, a few people were telling me no, Mr. Lillard, in 2018. Nah, I don't think there's no money to be made in that opportunity. And we went from 15+ million paying out to 25+ million.
And keep in mind, new people, this is just Planet Marketing commissions. This has nothing to do with travel, but the representatives that are with Planet Marketing, this is what Donald Bradley paid out in 1 year, right here, $25 million. It jumped 10 million the next year in 2018.
Million. So what you got to understand, in order for Mr. Bradley to have a reason to pay out an extra 10 million, this is in weekly pay, director bonuses and commissions. This means that a lot of people are purchasing the product and service that the naysayers and people were saying, I don't know. All of the people, y'all being skeptical, but see, Mr. Lillard, we hear it all the time. How you gonna be skeptical and broke?
At the same time.
Somebody needs to know that you missed out between 2018 and 2019 on a $10 million income shift. You missed out. And only about 20% of people for real are really trying to engage and make money. So understand that leaves for you 80%. That's just fluff. All them 80% of the company ain't even your competition. Y'all don't understand. Only 20% really, only 80% not even your competition. And we just jumped to, let's go into Mr. Lillard. The next year is a pivotal year, 2020. This is the year that people say, I'm jumping ship.
The world shut down.
No money. Y'all business going to shut down. Some of y'all listening to us live or recorded. Some of y'all press the pause button because you know what? Listen, people ain't traveling. And I'm not trying to talk about this business. I can't be talking to people about traveling.
Some have left and came back. Continue.
All of that, right? So now, let's, according to those comments and those thoughts and those theories, when I hit this button, Mr. Lillard, 2020 should say like what? 20 million, 19,
20 million. It should be less.
You know, it should significantly be less.
Major drop. Should be a major drop.
Watch this. Based on the fact that I know during that time frame, my organization itself, we lost about 200 people. I know you lost. I know there's a 5-star or 4-star that lost 3,000 people. I'm not complaining about my 200 people.
I lost about 200 people.
You lost how many?
About 200.
See,
little under 200, about 170. Right? It's 200.
Round it off. So we both lost 200. That other lady lost 3,000. It's safe to say the company took a hit. It's safe to say that the travel industry as a whole, because that's what y'all was saying, it took a hit. I'm talking too much. Let's see what the money said.
Oh my
God. In 2020, it looked like the worst case scenario. You would have thought that during the pandemic, when ain't nobody traveling, ain't nobody trying to make no money, you would have thought that the worst case, Roger, it would have stayed the same. That we would at least just made the same amount.
It went up $5 million in increase during a time where we could not come out of the house. It went up. I want to piggyback on something you said earlier. Watch this. And it didn't dawn on me because we talk about plan and marketing comp plan. I mean, but it's paying out. But people invested into the travel industry. They paid the $199 during the pandemic because they had vision. That's a huge nugget if you are paying attention tonight.
You got to be paying attention tonight. We're taking our time a little bit just so that number can stay on the screen for a little bit longer. Understand that this company, just one arm of the company in 1 year paid out $30 million in commission. And keep in mind, understand, only 20% of the people want to do the work. Ladies and gentlemen, think about your organization. 80% of them pay, half of them you can't even get in touch with right now. They got the membership, they're a travel agent, and they really only gonna book a trip when they go on one. Y'all know I might be talking to one of y'all, right? Some people are in there really booking trips, going hard. They're not contributing to the growth of the company and these numbers, but they're one individual that is supporting your business. So you can tell throughout your entire organization, everybody's not duplicating, right? 20% rule. How much of this 30 million do you want out the year? You should ask yourself that. Write that down. Put it in the chat. How much of this pie you want? There was a percentage that Mr. Scott said the other night that he wanted within, the whole a percentage of the company's growth, right? As we're going into momentum. All right, let's keep moving. Let's see. We still in the pandemic. So
it's still in the pandemic, y'all.
2021, you would think you know, good gracious, we still in the pandemic. So if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Lillard, we rubbing it in on purpose. In 2019, before the pandemic hit, we was at 19,000 paying out. Went from 19,000 to 36,000 plus dollars. That's a 36.7. That's practically 37 million. We went from 19 million.
Preston Scott said he wants to have 5%.
He wanted to have 5% of the company. Listen, how much of this 36 million that got paid out in 2021? What was your percentage?
Here's what
it's going to keep increasing. What's the percentage of the dollar amount that you want? When the company hits 100,000, Mr. Scott said he wants 5% of that 100,000. When the company hits 100,000, it's going to happen.
Here's what I want to say about this slide right here.
Go ahead.
If everyone's paying attention, when you go back to 2015 up until 2021, pandemic started in 2019. So everyone who went to work in 2015, 2016, 17, 18, right, all up to 21. So it went up 5 million that the year before, it went up 1 million this year. So again, that means $36 million went out, right, to the entire company that were representative and people that went to work. That means that during it, when we were in the house and we can't leave the house, we were still getting paid. And some of our commissions went up during the pandemic. And so what I'm getting at is we are in a recession-proof, we are in a pandemic-proof business.
Pandemic-proof, recession-proof, divorce-proof, crazy kid-proof, nasty. I mean, whatever you can think of that might be your issue that would be a stumbling block from you taking advantage of this opportunity. The comp plan is going to withstand that. Let's go to 2022. 2022. Did we move up some more, Mr. Lillard? Did we come out of the pandemic hitting hard? Now that thing said $39+ million in payout last year, ladies and gentlemen. Now that's significant for a reason. If you remember a few slides back, what was the dollar amount that it said in transition right before going into momentum? Anybody remember? How many millions on record right before a company starts going into momentum? How many million should be getting paid out? That transition. Anybody remember? Somebody put it in the chat.
Why they thinking about it, right? Here's what I want to touch on. You know, when I was working in corporate America, you know, we would have meetings on how much the company made. Like the company would have a big meeting. I used to work for a company, and like quarterly, we would have a meeting. This is how much the company made. And I'm thinking, good gracious, I'm working hard as I can, and this is all I'm making. But here, we can dictate how much we want to make by the effort that goes behind the dictation. Mm-hmm. So guess what? Right here, right in the in the presentation, it says unlimited income. So guess what? If you go to work, you can create an unlimited income for yourself and your family. Because guess what? He paying out almost $40 million last year, y'all. How much of that, if you were here in 2016, 17, 18, whenever you were here, how much of this commissions, like Eric said, did you earn? Right? And then each year try to get more of it by helping people get more of it.
The number was 40 million. On that slide, if I go back, let me see. Boom. Where is that? 40 million. Momentum stage. We just hit 39 million plus. We're getting ready to go into momentum for real. I'm excited about it. It's not a game. Let's take a look at just how serious it is, just in case y'all haven't seen one of these before recently. The Planet Marketing income disclosure statement. The most important part on this is, well, not the most important part, the part I like about this one right now, 6-star directors, millionaire earners on the low. Like it's only 3 of them. So we find out the brokers of the 6 stars made just over $1 million. So they all did, right? You see the high, the low, and the average. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, this company is paying like crazy. You have to get you something. I don't know what other way to put it. Me and Mr. Little don't care what you do with your money, right? You should put together some legacy stuff, do something for your family.
Hey, go back to that slide. I'm gonna show the Gold Builder something real quick. If you look at the Gold Builder, 15 hours a week per week, part-time, right? Because someone decided to position themselves and they stuck and stayed. They didn't give up their $19, a month overhead. They made $200,000 in 2022, right?
From a $20 payment.
Right, and then the average, 27,000. So I do know in this country, I believe the average income in this country is between 26 to 30,000 a year. That 27,000 is residual. It's difference.
It is definitely a difference. Ladies and gentlemen, this next slide gives us I only have information up until January 19th. Just an idea of how the year started off, right? Y'all saw how last year ended. As when January 19th hit, Planet Marketing had already paid out just over $3 million in commissions as of January 19th. So this means this year, I'm pretty sure we're going to go well past that $40 million stage. If at January 19th, we was already at 3.3, the question becomes,
$1 million have been paid out. How much of that are we getting?
How much are you going to get? January 19th, the company only had just under, I think, 75,000 reps. To date, we're knocking on 80,000, and it ain't been but a few weeks.
And one thing I do know, what's this?
You can go ahead.
550 total with Planet payouts.
You got to read it for the people to hear, man. You read it like you at home.
A compensation that continues to pay 550 total Planet payouts has already paid out $166,883,985.62 out. And I love this right here, sir. I love this slide. 87 directors payout, 20 million, right? 376 weekly payouts, 35. This is insane. And 87 banks pay 100 million. This is insane. Only takes 2 ITAs to unlock your matrix. 2 people. You can start earning position. 2 people that says that yes. You need 6 people to carry you when you die. Just 2 people can say yes to put you in a profit mode.
Only takes 2, ladies and gentlemen. And think about this.
It's a song that says it takes 2 to make a thing go right.
You stupid. That's an old school joint right there. Most of you guys were probably living 5 or 6 years ago. I would imagine you plan on being around 5 or 6 years later. Take advantage of this opportunity. It's not that hard to have a couple of extra conversations. I promise you. If you want to get your bank up, get your rank up, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we are after January 19th. Obviously, some people, there have been some promotions. But what position are you trying to be at? If you're a 1-star director watching this, it's a bit crowded down there, right? If you're a gold builder watching this, it's a bit crowded down there. Get your rank up, get your bank up. Go ahead, Raj.
I'm just looking at. See you all, Eric and I. A lot of this training that we do. Sometimes we do on the fly, and I'm looking at these slides. You all. I mean, come on now. This enough income here.
You take it by surprise as well at the same time.
So I'm learning like you all are, right?
It's your first time seeing it.
Yeah. So I didn't see the slide, but I'm just looking at it like, listen, you all. Where do you see yourself in these slides of, you want to become a gold builder, right? A 1-star, 2-star, 3-star. There's 9 stars available. Only up to 6-star, we have 3 people, a 6-star director. And again, we just opened in Ireland, and we're about to open in Canada in the summer. And so you are, I mean, there's enough people that are looking for you. But if you're not opening your mouth to say hello, how you doing, just wanted to say how you doing, guess what? Closed mouth don't get fed. And then we're thinking so much about the rejection. We're thinking so much about the no's. We thinking too much versus I always recommend say less to many. To many. Don't just talk to one person for 30, 40 minutes and they tell you no after 40 minutes because you didn't say too much. Let the system work for you. And right now, what we've shown today is letting you know no one can say that the system that we're a part of, the company we're part of, they cannot say it doesn't work. Period. Because if it's not working for you, that means you're not working the business. Because people that are working the business are getting paid. Back to you.
Well, speaking of people working the business getting paid, there are 50 plus people wearing the little cute blue ring, signifying that they're earning over $100,000. And keep in mind that this isn't about 6 years or less. A startup company, so to speak, has produced 50 individuals that are earning more than more than $100,000 a year. Think about your local startup company in whatever neighborhood, the local shop or the local whatever government building you might work at. How many people in that job or that new building or that new spot are making over 100? Not 50 of them, not in 6 years or less. 15 people are wearing the $250,000 ruby ring, 5 diamond ring wearers, 3 double diamond ring wearers. I like these numbers right here on this chart, ladies and gentlemen. It's just giving you a breakdown of the ITAs versus rep. This is important because as a company, it is important. Roger was talking about it earlier that we continue to sell both sides of the opportunity, right? 2015, it looked about even. We had just about 6,000 reps. We had just about 6,000 ITAs. To date, well, at least in January 19, we had about 40,000, 39 plus thousand ITAs and obviously 75 plus thousand reps. There's a little bit of an imbalance there. It's saying that there's far many more ITAs than there are reps. Now, why is this a problem? We got 75,000 ITAs. That means those people, for the most part, there's about 35,000 of them that does not have the ability to earn 6 extra checks. There's 35 plus thousand people that don't have the ability to earn 6 additional checks for their income. There are 35 plus thousand people that don't have the ability to duplicate this opportunity and thus increase your bottom line. 35,000 people, right? And my suggestion while we're talking about this, we're talking about all this money, your walk-away money, ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake about it, is coming from Planet Marketing. IntelliTravel is not paying you enough money to free you, right? And if IntelliTravel pays you enough money to free you, this means I don't know how you spent as much time as you needed to do booking the trips individually yourself to make the huge checks like a Daryl Jenkins gets, right? But he got to book that trip. Big businesses, ladies and gentlemen, are about people. So imagine if you were the big business travel agency owner, and you had a couple of hundred people working with you booking those trips. This is what this is about. Sell this opportunity this way moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, when you're having talks with people that want to buy the ITA only position. This is the comparison that I make, and it's the reason why, for the most part, everyone who partners with me gets both sides of the opportunity, whether they want the other side or not. I use this analogy with them. I usually ask them what's their favorite car or most expensive car that they would love to buy. Most people say a Bentley or Rolls or Lambo or something like that, right? And they give me the dollar amount that the car would cost. The question I ask them is, what dealership would allow you to leave that lot with that vehicle with no insurance? And would you buy a Bentley, a Rolls, Lambo, whatever? Would you buy that vehicle without getting the insurance? And every time I ask that question, they tell me, no, heck no, that's crazy, that's stupid. And I ask, why not? For the just in case. I got to protect my investment. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm presenting to you that Planet Marketing, that rep position, is your insurance for your business. That ITA business you bought, even if you ITA only, you need to get that rep position for the just in case. That's what you need to figure out a better way to tell your people, but they need to get the rep position for the just in case. It's not a matter of if, it's just when. Somebody gonna ask. It's not a matter of if, it's just when you're gonna have 50 extra people in your matrix. The rep position, ladies and gentlemen, is your insurance, it's your business insurance. And I not selling nobody a Bentley without no insurance. Because I know what happens or could happen as soon as you go around the corner. And if you know this opportunity based off the numbers that we just showed you, how could you of good faith sell someone a multi-million-dollar opportunity and not try your best to ensure they get the insurance that's only $20 a month? My car insurance right now is about $500 a month. And I got to have it just for the just daggone in case. And I ain't, I ain't gonna get into that whole scenario.
I want to touch on real quick. This is a great segue. The goal builders, right? The goal builder in back in when he was showing how much the 15 hours and the goal builder was earning $200,000. Imagine if that goal builder only partnered as an ITA and never built the network, never invested the $19.95 a month overhead, they would have lost out on $200,000. All they did was help 9 people say yes, that they want to partner and take advantage of IntelliTravel and Planet Marketing. And then watch this. I'm going to share this with you out right now. If you have an ITA only a part of your network, this actually happened in our company where it wasn't shared. The Planet Marketing plan wasn't shared with that person. That person talked to somebody else, and because they talked to somebody else, they went to Star Director, but they got the IT over here. So you want to protect and police, like Mr. Scott says, we're not, we're not policing our business, but you have to treat your business. It's like raising a child. You want to make sure that the baby's dry at night. You want to make sure the baby's fed. You want to make sure that your people are getting this information so that those things don't happen to folks in your network. And so if they're not getting this information that we're sharing tonight, guess what? Then they're missing out on how to protect their network as it starts to grow. Back to you, bro.
Hey, listen, absolutely. We're not going to keep beating this dead horse, ladies and gentlemen. At the end of the day, we just wanted to really quickly, right before we figured it was important, right before or right during, we haven't gotten into March, but might as well call it the March Madness. People going crazy in March, right? All out blitz, so to speak. We wanted to share with you guys the importance of taking full advantage of this opportunity.
Daryl Jenkins
crying over spilled milk, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry about what last year looked like for you. Let's move forward. What you said?
Yeah, Daryl Jenkins said not even the local startups think about some of those established corporations that have less than 20 people earning $100K annually. Daryl Jenkins.
Absolutely.
Pretty strong.
Absolutely. I mean, you're absolutely right. Just think about how many the low percentages of people that earn 6 figures in the country, period. And just in a few short years, we're putting people in position to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, being a goal builder is the first stepping stone. Get you 9 people. It doesn't matter how long it takes, but it does, right? It doesn't really matter, but it kind of does. It kind of does as it pertains towards the growth of your opportunity and you taking full advantage of the timing. It's almost like it kind of doesn't matter when you buy some stocks, but it kind of does. Because we probably should have bought some Facebook and Uber stock a few years ago. We can still buy them now. but no problem. But it mattered. And because we didn't take advantage for whatever reason, we didn't pull the trigger, we weren't aggressive, we didn't do whatever, no reason to cry over spilled milk. The question is, Mr. Lillard, did you jump on board Uber and get any money, that Uber money? You invest in that? Probably not, because you with me on this call with me. Right? Most of you guys, you missed. There's something you missed. The opportunity came and went. And if you're on this call, we're really rubbing it in, especially me, because I know some people gonna miss it. I'm speaking from personal experience because I've missed a couple situations. Me and Mr. Lillard, we was on the plane and we got off the plane. Some of y'all on the plane got one foot in, one foot out. What I don't want to happen is for you to look up in the sky and see the plane and be like, man,
I wish I would have.
It's going to be plenty of your family members and friends. They're going to see it. Man, I heard about that Planet Marketing thing. As the plane flies by, as you transition and move on to your next wealthy place. But it starts here. Goal Builder. 9 people.
And I like this, Eric, which is 1 out of every 23 Planet reps. Just one. Can you actually, right? Watch this. This is a long-term business. Can you actually, if it, in 30 days, can you go out and share this with enough people to get one person to say yes? You do that for 9 months, right? You're going to be here anyway. In 9 months, okay, now you've gone Goal Builder. Now you're in position to receive all the income from the compensation plan. Back to you.
Listen. Stop saying back to me, man. We just talking. Look, I be wanting to say that, y'all. Yeah, for those of y'all who be on the IMV and a lot of the Planet calls, you notice that the corporate does a lot of that back to you stuff. And Mr. Lillard, you love that. I hate the back to you, man.
It's old school, man. It's old school.
Breaking this stuff down. Be killing me. Back to you. I feel like I do got the studio audience background, but I feel like we're in the studio and you just throwing it right back to me, Bob.
This is 1-star directors elite, man. Elite. It's the envy of the industry. Becoming a 1-star director in this company, it is the most generous at 25 years. And looking at compensation plans, you got the unilevel, you got the binary, and we have a matrix. The matrix is the most generous compensation plan, period, in the history of networking. So when you hit 1-star director, man, you're receiving more money and more money and more money on top of the money you're already making, right? So 252 out of 339,000 reps, 64% of all reps are 1-star director, 1 out of every 155 Planet Marketing reps. And so I want to encourage everyone watches tonight. If you're a rep, man, go 1-star director, right? Get that legacy set for your family. Get the legacy set in place for yourself and the family. If anything happens to us, guess what? The income that we're earning goes to my twins. And my son may be on here tonight. He's probably watching like, go, daddy, go. That's right. All right. And so at the end of the day, y'all, we just got to go to work, man. The pandemic is subsided. Yes, there are still people that have, concerns because maybe the health situation going on. But at the end of the day, $3 million have been paid out since the was it January? Was it 9th or 19th? What was that? This 19. Year already $3 million, $3 million, not $300.
That's probably double now. If it was $3 million by the 19th, it's been another 19 days. We might be at $6 million already.
Easy. Right?
Listen, the last thing I'm gonna talk about, because I know a lot of people probably aren't familiar with, but you are. Think about this, Mr. Lillard. That your regular or your traditional matrices don't pay the same dollar amount on each level.
Ooh.
You realize that? Let me tell you guys how blessed you are whenever you see that matrix screen and you realize you hear us say that from level 1 to level 9, you're getting $4 per person per
all
level.
All the way down, y'all.
That is major. I have been a part of opportunities where we were excited off of 25 cents on the first level.
Some be 10 cents. The next level, 20 cent. Then it'd be 20 cent, 20 cent, 20 cent. Then it go up to 50 cents.
We thinking, okay, long term, if I get we thinking in volume. I get 5,000 people, $1 a person, whatever. You know how long it would take in some of those cases, the top dollar amounts was you had to completely max out level 9 in order to see $8 per person or something like that. This comp plan pays the same every level.
All the way down. And the reason why those comp plans paid out like that, because the CEOs of that company, they knew that people weren't going to even make it all the way down to level 9.
You ain't never making it down there. So
most people don't, y'all. But Donald Bradley said
$8 per person.
Yeah, Mr. Right? Bradley said, you know what? He's gonna make it fair for everybody. As soon as you walk in the door, 2 people, you're getting $4. It don't sound like much, but if you have over 1,000 people, that's $4,000 a month residual. See the numbers, he's made it so it's easy to understand. So all you got to do is say, you know what? If I share this opportunity with enough people, right, in over 20 countries, not just your backyard. That's why we got social media. But if I share this with enough people, I can get $4 a person. If I grow this network to 40, 400, 5,000, 10,000. Come on, y'all. This is listen, Donald Bradley said, go to the gym, get your money, break the bank, y'all. That's what he said. And I'm going to do just that.
He's giving it away. You might as well take it. Mr. Scott,
giving money away.
The simplest comp plan
ever created. Ever.
Understand is when we say every level, what that simply means is, ladies and gentlemen, every new business partner, that's whether you involuntary or voluntary that joined your business, that's $4 per person. When I owned my ADT dealership, the residual was not $4 per customer, ADT customer that I had. That would have been nice, right? Those of you all, anybody ever own a cell phone store? I had a couple partners that own some pager shops. Remember the pagers? All these things where you pay monthly, and the business or business owners that open those things up, they don't care about the product. They want the stream of income, the subscription. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to get our subscriptions up. People are willing to pay. Think about it. I am willing to pay you $39 or $60 a month. If you telling me that's $60, I can go create $1 million off of $60. I can go book somebody trip, make $5,000 off of $60. I can do a group cruise and make $40,000 off of $60. I'm gonna pay that each and every month and write it off of my taxes. Willing. I
tell you what. Everybody watching me right now got a subscription with Xfinity or Verizon. And I know some people, they $200 a month, $400 a month, right? And we're going to make sure we pay that and don't make a dime. But we'll make sure that stays on. But for $19, we won't, okay, you know what? Like I said, I don't want to step on no toes. But at the end of the day, how important is your business to you? And is it a priority for you to put yourself in position with this income that's being paid, these commissions, $3 million already paid this year, and we only in month number 2. Don't wait, don't go to the end of the year and this company done paid out $50 million and you make this. Don't let that be the case.
Well, look, I ain't finna let it be the case.
Get your money. Go to the gym. Get your money.
Get your money, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, yo, hashtag DYM. Hashtag get your money.
We will see y'all first Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back here first Wednesday, same time, 7:30. Look forward to seeing you guys again.